Welcome back, Slotcar family, on another video of Slotcar Dude. Today we're gonna look into the eyes of this driver and look at the first brushless motor test on track here in Austria. I took one of the heaviest chassis I've got in my stable, which is also a do-slot chassis, and put in this brushless motor, which is said to have a lot of torque, a lot of power. That's why I put on foam tires onto this truck as well, or on this chassis. There is no weight in the rear where the motor used to be, because this motor has only got a few grams and the whole weight is shifted to the front, which is good for this type of chassis. So let's have a look. So the well-known massive test track of Nürburgring, and here you can already see the chosen McLaren on tour. The thing is that this type of motor, yes, is not very easy to drive. I deslotted more than usually, especially in the beginning, because the motor's got a type of a turbo hole. For those of you who've driven turbo cars in the very beginning, when they came out, it used to be that you stepped on the acceleration and nothing happened. And it's the same here. The first 2 to 3 millimeters on the trigger, nothing happens, and suddenly all the power is there. So to me, what came out, or what is one of the basic results, is our track as it is here, winding, narrow, is not really the right setup for this kind of motor, which means routed track with large bends, large corners is exactly what this motor is for, because this downward long turn that we have, that was just perfect to drive because of the car setup and because of the motor. Of course, you get used to it and the times just drop down or kept falling down. But again, you head in those sharp and narrow corners, no acceleration, and suddenly it was there. And a few times I deslotted, which is uncommon. So we've done a comparison for you with a scale out to Porsche, which will come up in a second, where we've done a slow-mo that shows exactly the difference. Here it is already. So here comes the brushless motor. Look at that narrow turn. It's like, it's not round. And here comes the scale auto, which is all the way always on the trigger, and you can do the shot here, the sharp turn, sliding and not edging around as with the brushless motor. So I do think that the brushless motor is great. They've already came out with new brushless motors that have less torque and less RPMs, top RPMs. This one is around 30K. So it is basically a powerful motor. It is fun to drive. It's just not the right track that we have here. So I think for big routed tracks, this would be an excellent motor to drive, to have fun with. Again here, one more time, the chassis setup and also the CSU, as you can see here in red, where I put it. The chassis has got a rear suspension and front axle suspension. So both axles have got a suspension in it. So, family, this was it. If you liked what you've seen, just subscribe, press the like button, leave comments, and don't forget to stick around. More to come.